Bridget Cuso, and today I'm going to be doing a compare and contrast on the classic version of the Three Little Pigs versus the real story of the Little Pigs told by Lane Smith. So I have two different props here that show the differences and the similarities. So first we'll start with the similarities. So in both books, each pig has their own house. In each book, the wolf goes to each house. The wolf blows the house down in each book. Now, it might be for different reasons, what we'll get into after, but effectively, he does blow it down. There's also other supporting characters in each book. It's not just the Three Little Pigs and the Bad Wolf. Each book has their own supporting characters in the story. You'll notice the setting in both books is the same, both in the countryside. They also have houses that are constructed of the same material. You'll also see that the wolf visits each house individually, and at each house in both books, there is some huffing and puffing, and the houses do fall in, although it is for different reasons. And unfortunately, at the end of each story, there are some casualties involved. So that's our similarities. Over here, when we look at our differences, we're going to talk about the authors to start off with. So first, it's Nicola Baxter. And this story is being retold based on the classic story of the Three Little Pigs. And then on this side, we have Lane Smith. Lane Smith was one of our focal authors that we worked on in our class this semester, and he wrote the story for the Big Bad Wolf from his perspective. So in Lane Smith's version, the wolf is actually sick, and he's just out for a cup of sugar. He's trying to bake his grandma a cake, and he's missing a cup of sugar, so he heads out. So it's interesting to notice that on this part of Lane Smith's book, the story is actually narrated by the wolf. So the wolf is telling the story here. And when the wolf is out for a walk, the houses are already built. We skipped that whole element where the pigs are building houses. So as I mentioned, the wolf did have a cold, therefore it was an accident when the houses fell down. Yes, he did huff, but it was because he was about to sneeze and the houses actually fell down based on his sneezes. There's some elements of the law also in this book, which we don't see in the other story. When we flip our little pig over to look at the classic version, it's really interesting to note that Nicola Baxter incorporated both boys and girl pigs into her book, whereas the other story just had boys. In this story as well, the pigs go out for a walk. So it's the pigs who are out walking and they meet people, they even go to a fair, versus Lane Smith's story where the pigs are staying home all the time. So at the end of this book, it's actually the pig who coaxed the wolf into the house by many times enticing him to come over. And eventually, unfortunately, the wolf dies. So in Lane Smith's story, the wolf stays alive. So there you have it. There's the similarities and the differences of the Three Little Pigs by two different authors. Thank you.